Picture a classic university lecture. Hundreds of students stacked in rows, all facing the same direction, absorbing information broadcast by a single instructor. The teacher acts as the focal point, dictating the pace, schedule, and content. This environment actively trains a very specific psychological reflex. When someone monitors your progress every day, you learn to sit back, waiting for instructions, rather than actively seeking them out yourself. It creates a habit of spoon-feeding. Complex ideas are pre-digested, packaged into neat study guides, and handed directly to the class. 12 to 16 years in a system that rewards compliance leaves you stranded the moment you enter a space without a teacher's prompt. Outside the classroom, that conditioning becomes a liability. Enter open and distance learning. Suddenly, the lecture hall vanishes. There is no hovering instructor to enforce deadlines, no bell telling you when to study. Carrying a passive mindset into this new environment results in academic failure. The system sits dormant until you initiate the action, making progress impossible for those waiting to be told what to do. Surviving this model requires an immediate behavioral pivot. You have to stop acting like a passive receiver of lectures and become an active hunter of knowledge. To make that pivot, you need a different psychological framework. The developmental psychologist Jean Piaget championed an approach called constructivism. It argues that meaningful learning only happens when you actively make the meaning yourself. This diagram illustrates the shift. Think of the traditional model as a mirror. You're just trying to accurately reflect whatever the teacher showed you. Constructivism asks you to be a builder. You gather raw materials, make mistakes, and are actively assembling your own understanding. In distance learning, the physical teacher is officially replaced by self-instructional materials, or SIMs. These documents become your primary interface with the coursework. These aren't just supplementary textbooks to skim before a test. They are structurally engineered to guide you through an autonomous learning ecosystem. For all intents and purposes, the materials are the teacher. Extracting knowledge from these materials requires a specific set of rules. First, you read the core texts and independently hunt down open educational resources, like videos or external articles, to fill in your own knowledge gaps. This flowchart maps the path. Read the material, pinpoint where you're stuck, then attend a personal contact program. These face-to-face sessions resolve specific questions. Notice this loop, self-evaluation. You must revise your own work without waiting for a professor's validation. Finally, you collaborate. Without an instructor managing the room, you build skills by teaming up with peers, organizing study efforts, and solving problems together. Executing these steps shifts the burden of management from the institution to the individual. Your daily routine becomes a series of management decisions where you serve as the operational lead of your own education. This constant cycle of self-correction changes your internal process. Instead of simply memorizing a definition, you start tracking your own confusion. You notice when your attention drifts or when a concept hasn't clicked yet, and you adjust your strategy to fix it. This is metacognitive awareness, the ability to monitor and direct your own thinking. Stripping away the traditional teacher-student hierarchy forces you to do the heavy lifting of understanding. In doing so, it dismantles the invisible barrier between you and true intellectual ownership. Along the way, the mechanics of open learning build a practical skill set. You spend months practicing self-management, building critical thinking, and proactive research. Conquering this system leaves you with a credential, but it also provides the tactical experience of navigating uncertainty. You've spent years practicing how to learn when no one is watching, a capability that ensures survival in a world